Hello, Rachel here. Quick question for you. Have you ever wanted a superpower? Have you ever looked at people who have these incredible abilities that seem like a superpower and kind of thought, I wish I had something like that. I wish I had a superpower. I have. And in fact, I had an experience in 2012 where I actually was that code blue moment in the post-op room after a surgery, had to be resuscitated. And afterwards, I was thinking to myself, well, if I went through that, aren't I supposed to get some kind of amazing knowing, some kind of amazing superpower after that? Because I love all the stories about near-death experiences, all the life between lives, all of that. I've always been fascinated with that. And I thought, oh, if I had that experience, aren't I supposed to get something out of it? Aren't I supposed to have some amazing knowing or new ability? And what I decided is that I do. And it is intuition. I use intuition all the time, every day with my clients and for myself. And here's the great news. We all have it. We all have access to this incredible superpower that is our intuition. Great scientists have talked about how intuition is a really important part of them creating discoveries. Einstein talked about it. Jonas Salk, I live really close to the Salk Institute in California. He wrote a book about intuition and reason. He developed the polio vaccine, as well as many other things. So scientists believe in it. We can too. And I love to train people on intuition. I think intuition is just the most powerful thing if you learn to trust it. You learn to use it in lots of different ways, and we all have different ways that will work better for us. And there's loads of different ways to tune into your intuition. Now, you'll often hear about the 4 Clair abilities: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. So that's clear seeing, clear hearing, and those are really in your mind's eye that you imagine hearing something and words just come to you, or sounds. That would be clairaudience. It's not so much that the sounds are actually coming from outside. They may for some unique people. Clairvoyance, we see things in our mind's eye. Clairsentience is that clear feeling that we just feel things. And claircognizance sounds like the most vague, but I think it's the one that most of us have. Actually, I believe we have all of them. We're just not used to tuning in. So we have natural access to all of those clair abilities. But the one we might be the most familiar with is the claircognizance. And that's when you just know, it's clear cognition. You just know something. And I bet, like me, you've had experiences where you knew something, you just had that knowing, and either you followed up on it and you were right, and that's just a really satisfying feeling that you had intuition, you followed up, and it proved to be true. Or you had an intuition, you had those intuitive nudges or that feeling, that sense of something. You didn't follow up, and then you wished you'd had that, like, kicking yourself moment when you're like, I knew it. I should have followed that intuition. I know I've had those moments, and I bet you have too. I bet if you sat for a while without even needing to know, and there's a key to using your intuition, not needing to know, and just start to write down, when did I have those moments, or set the intention for them to come to mind throughout the day. And you'll remember times when you had intuitive nudges, you either followed them or you didn't. So there's lots of ways we can tune into intuition. And it's not just those four abilities. There's other tools and techniques that we can use. And most of us will find a favorite way, or you use all of them at different times. I use that claircognizance, that knowing, to tune in when I'm coaching clients one-on-one, and we have some techniques that we use for that, and we do it together. And then it's really powerful when we both get the same thing. Or I'll get something that then when I say it, it really lands with the client as true. And also, one that I use a lot for myself, not necessarily with my clients, very rarely actually with my clients, but just myself, I will use a pendulum. And it's called dowsing. For some reason, I don't like that word. I don't know why, it just sounds kind of weird to me. But I have lots of different ways to use a pendulum, and it is a really precise tool. So I love to teach that, and I've taught it to so many people. I have not come across anyone yet who hasn't got information for whom it hasn't worked. And I love to teach it in a way that makes sense and kind of is logical when you know the science. So if you would love to learn some of those techniques with me, I do have a sign up you can access in the description here. You can sign up for my next class. And then the great thing is the way I teach is you get the know-how, you get the tools and techniques, and then we practice with each other, and then we'll have ongoing practices every month. So you can always come and tune in. And what's really great about that is the more you practice, the more you get validation, especially when it's with people you don't even know, and you can tune into them and get that validation that what you're getting is true. Then it actually helps your brain go to intuition more easily. It creates those pathways in your brain to trust it and know, okay, this is a tool that I got, I believe in, that feels true. And then you'll start to get more and more of those intuitive nudges and really develop that fabulous natural superpower of accessing your intuition. So I'd love to see you on a training. Just go to the link below this video and sign up to know when the next one is. Take care.